Ladies and gentlemen, welcome into another episode of the Kings of Content podcast. Corey, what up?
Not much. What's going on, man?
Not much, man. Dude, last time we did infield footage breakdown, it was a little bit cringe for the guy, and people loved it. So backed by popular demand, we're gonna do a deep dive today into some infield footage. We'll let you know if we think it's good, bad, we might roast it. Let's fucking do it. You ready?
Let's do it. So this is a TikToker with about 1 million followers, and he goes around with a hidden camera in his glasses, and he hits on girls and tries to get their number. And this video in particular is on campus at University of Miami.
Excuse me? Hey. Hi, can I ask you something?
Maybe.
You have really pretty eyes.
Oh, thank you.
We 2 lines in and there's already a fucking ton to unpack. Let's just go piece by piece, bit by bit. First of all, we get it. Like, this is a TikTok page. You're doing this to get like views and reactions. All good. But just to kind of give a little bit of context here, Corey, you and I, we would never recommend that somebody go and stalk a campus walkway just to hit on girls in order to get numbers to then try to get dates. It's one of the most inefficient things to do. It's super creepy. What's the thing that we always clown? Like, no, I don't want to go up and down the aisles at Whole Foods to meet women. Yep. It's kind of the same thing here. Like, if someone watches this and goes, oh, dude, yeah, I'm going to go walk up and down the campus and just hit on girls, there's a lot of problems with that. And while this is obviously for TikTok, like it's to get some reactions, and so what better place to go and like shoot some videos? This is not the most efficient way or the high status way to go out and try to meet girls, right?
Exactly. This might be better than the Whole Foods example, because we usually say, like, what do you want to spend your whole day walking up and down the aisles of Whole Foods? This is even better. Want to spend your whole day hunting down random girls between classes on a campus that you don't go to the school of?
It's crazy.
And then the second they go, oh, do you go here? And you go, no. And then they think, why the f are you here then? That's super creepy and awkward. This is like Predator vibes at this point. Like, why are you here?
100%. And then there's a way more efficient, better way. It's on your phone right now, and it's Instagram. And the issue is, I got a feeling, bro, as we go through this video, whatever happens, all these interactions, these like street interactions, they're just funny to like get on camera. 95% of these are just dead the second the interaction is over. So if this dude doesn't have an Instagram that he's using specifically to then like create status with girls, he's doing this is caveman days. Like, this is literally, what's the joke that we all do? This is somebody in a horse and buggy while there's a fighter jet next to him.
So good. And just to clarify, the whole goal is to him to get a number from her here. When he gets the number, there's no reason for the number. It's just like, I got it. It should always be a means to an end to communicate. The number is just a vehicle, right? The point is to go on a date with her. The second that she leaves that interaction, what we mean by dead is she's never going to respond. Even if she does, it's one message. She's never going to save the contact name. There's no purpose of why you got the number. Your energy is so scattered, diffused.
There's no investment.
Exactly.
The funny thing is, if this was actually about like game and trying to make this interaction work, when an interaction goes well during the day, you just try to do an instant date right then and there. Like, essentially what he's doing is, like, imagine there's an NBA championship trophy and then there's the participation trophy. No one gives a fuck about the participation trophy, right? Other than your parents. They're like, good job, Johnny, we'll put it up on the countertop. You got a participation trophy when you got a phone number. It means nothing. You're not even in the playoffs. Like, at least with like a regular season winning record, you're in the playoffs, right? Like, you got a chance to get the chip. This is a participation trophy. This is us getting excited about like, oh, I got her IG. Or anyone who's done game or just been single long enough, you could take 20 fucking numbers in a day and have 0 results. Within 7 days, nothing even happens because there's no investment here. Let's break down his like opening couple things that he says.
For sure. Let me add real quick. You said the most like perfect thing. Well, he got the number and then he leaves.
Yeah.
He didn't have to leave. What's the point is to spend time with her, right? The date is a really good place to do that. You can spend time with her right now. At least try for it, right? Not a number and then see you later. I'll awkwardly text you later because I can't, deal with the social pressure of navigating a new relationship.
Imagine playing Mario Brothers, right? Like the old school Nintendo game, but you just play the first level again and again, and you go, hey, look. You invite all your friends over to watch you play the first level again and again. And we're kind of giving them the benefit of the doubt by saying this is for TikTok. This is what the majority of men do. Oh, I got the number. Yeah. I'm going to go brag to my friends. Hey, got them digits.
I remember doing this
loser.
too, like years and years ago when we were cold approaching. People would get numbers and they wouldn't even follow up with them. They wouldn't even respond because they're like, I don't even know how to text. Yeah, I don't want to get rejected because I feel this like state I don't want to like ruin it by her like maybe not responding to me. So I don't even numbers are, and then you go through the whole phase of like numbers are dead and don't even get numbers, which is it's like there's so many wrong things.
That's
about
so
media.
true, dude. That brought back a bunch of memories because you get resentful. Number means nothing.
Yeah,
And then you don't even try to get the numbers.
Yeah, and with
That's
no investment,
funny.
like we just said, there's no reason for the number. That was the goal, was to get a number, not like to see her or future project a certain, thing in the future to actually see each other, event, photo shoot, a date, whatever it is. He just wanted the number and then left. There's no investment on her end. She's never going to respond. There's no reason you got the number. She knows you're like just a dude who just wanted a number, so she gave it to you. You're dismissed now. All right, let's watch from the beginning. This video is a minute long. We haven't made it past 3 seconds.
3 seconds yet. Lots to unpack.
Excuse me? Hey. Hi, can I ask you something?
Maybe.
You have really pretty eyes.
Oh, thank you.
So we can do a couple things here that's so that people don't think we're just biased. He got her attention before he started going into his thing. So that's good. He like said, excuse me, and got her attention. Then he goes, can I ask you something? And bullies over what she says. And then goes right into, I like your eyes, straight into a compliment, but a physical compliment. So now this is not a 10 out of 10, but it's like a unfiltered, unabashed, direct approach. What's the problem with a direct approach though? A girl, when she gets approached directly, has to make one of 3 decisions: reject you, actually be into what you're doing, and then number 3, give you the fake acceptance, which is what I bet you this whole interaction is that. Because if you're in an uncomfortable setting, you're just gonna be like, oh, thanks, haha, and either like follow that thread through and then just get the fuck out of there, or it's gonna then end up in one of the 2. It's either like the acceptance or the rejection. So when you do a direct approach like this, an indirect approach can work just as good as this approach, and you cast a way higher net. Basically what you're doing is you're putting maximum pressure on the girl, basically saying like, dude, I like you, make a decision right now if you're gonna like me back or not, based off my tonality, my looks, and my body language. But those 3 things, you can dial the in. They're nowhere near the same things as status, pre-selection, social proof. I'll murder a guy with good looks, body language, and tonality all day just by having 2 other girls stand next to me.
100%.
Murder it.
What you were talking about with her being fake, girls, the shadow qualities are they're easily intimidated and they're apathetic. So a guy coming up and talking to a girl the way he would talk to another bro, you're forcing the feminine, like Ashkan just said, to make an immediate decision. Do you like me or not? Girls need an extreme amount of time to make any decision. Even then, they don't even overtly make the decision. They just kind of act the way that they, decided. So you're forcing her to make an extremely masculine decision within seconds of meeting you. And let's go back just real quick, because I know you said he got her attention, and he did.
Hi,
He said, hey, hi, She pulls her headphone out. Now she can hear him.
can I ask you something?
Can I ask you something is the first word out of his mouth. How awkward, shock, antisocial is that first thing to hear from a completely random stranger who's coming head on at you? The appropriate words to say to soften that interaction would be, so sorry to bother you. Wait a couple seconds. Statement of empathy. Yep. Wait a couple seconds. She goes, oh, he's aware of something he's doing is awkward. Otherwise, if you don't say that, you come off as an antisocial potential psychopath who just has no idea what social cues are. And you just randomly approach people and make them feel really, really awkward. You can't read facial expressions and see that she needs to be empathized with.
You have really pretty eyes.
And just, I gotta add, he said, can I ask you something? Ask you something implies interrogative. He says, you have really pretty eyes. That is a declarative statement. That is not a question. So, can I tell you something is what he should have said.
You have really pretty eyes.
Oh, thank you.
I thought I needed directions somewhere, but I just came to get your number because you're hot.
Oh, thank you.
I came to get your number because you're hot. Here's the thing, man. Dude, like this,
That's like a girl walking up to a dude and being like, hey, I just came to like get your money because you have a lot of money. Like, what do you expect the guy to say?
Get your will, buddy. And it's like a girl going up to a fucking 90-year-old man and being like, hey, I just came to have you add me to your will. What's up? You look old and wrinkly. How much time you got left? How many zeros on your life insurance policy? Dude, because here's the thing. These like daytime approach things, here's the problem with it. If you're tall, you have good tonality, you can approach with confidence and have some social intelligence, you'll get 2 out of 10 of these, maybe 3, right? Think about all the things I just said. If you're tall, you have some social confidence, social intelligence, some charisma. And by the way, like, great. If you have those things, like, you can still be crushing it, because here's the biggest limitation on this. That means you got to walk around every fucking day, do 50 approaches to meet like 7, 8 girls. If you have all those other things going for you. And then here's the other thing. This is no knock on this girl at all. She seems like a sweetheart. She seems awesome. Really, really attractive girls. It's not that they're not going to be on campus for sure. It's not that they're not going to be at Whole Foods for sure, but they're not going to be there in high quantity. They're not going to be very open to being hit on by random dudes walking around, because they've been hit on by random dudes walking around their entire life. But when you walk up super assertive, good tonality, aggressive, you're hot, I have to get your number. Like, there's going to be a small percentage of women, they're going to be like, oh, he's confident, and let me entertain it. And then it's all it is just entertaining it, because there's still nothing to actually hook the interaction or the person, which is commonalities and status.
Yeah.
None of those are there right now. And by the way, do this shit at a table, you're kicked out immediately. You walk up at a table.
If this happened at our table at Live, XS, Hakkasan, Omnia, what would happen to the man with say, the 10 girls we're
45
with?
seconds, there would be a massive security guard standing behind you, tapping you on the shoulder going, hey, you gotta go. And that's if I don't get to you first. I'm always nice about it until they act up. But like, this is crazy. Like, to do this at a table, like, let's say, Corey, we invited out homeboy for like, we have no reason to do that. But let's say he was at a table with us and he hit on our female friends like this. This is damn near like fighting words.
It is.
Because it's so uncalibrated.
The girl would look
so
at
aggressive.
us like, yo, save me,
100%.
please.
You would get yanked. So like, there's massive limits on this game. Like, anybody watching this being like, dude, I'm gonna go try this out. Like, by all means, go try it out. You're gonna hit a ceiling. The ceiling is like 6s, and having to spend 3 hours a day like doing this kind of cold approach on the street with really, really direct game. And then also, none of these materialize because you hit on the girl for her looks. She knows you're only wanting to go out with her for her looks because you only want to smash. You have to build up a lot of charisma and fun with her for her to be like, I don't care that he wants to smash. He's so funny, I want to hang out with them. That's a lot of work.
Exactly. It's literally the exact same example. If a girl walks up to you, hey, I really like how much money you have. Can I spend your money?
Yeah,
Are you going to be like, sure, right now? Or should I give you my credit cards? Like, what's the best way to give it to you so you can spend it?
Yeah, polite man would be like, thanks, but no thanks.
Yeah, I'm not
That's
sure.
That's essentially what these are. Yeah.
So,
dude, it's so funny you say that. You know the whole like women when they're like, if you want to talk to me, cash app me first. And men hate that. They're like, oh, I can't believe women do that. This is what he's doing right now.
Same thing.
It's the same exact thing.
Yeah.
Hey, you're hot. What up? She needed to turn around and be like, here's my cash app.
Yep, Venmo.
You need to get a balance in that before we talk.
The only people that this would work on, this direct game, is freshmen on a campus that are more introverted girls that are not 9s and 10s. Because where are they from? They're from Wisconsin. They knew 10 men in their entire life at their high school that they were kind of attracted to and kind of hit on them in homeroom. She just got here for the first time. She's on campus. She's away from her family, away from mommy and daddy for the first time. She's in a dorm. She finally gets to eat the food she wants to eat. And now she's walking around the campus. You know, somewhat random man comes up and starts saying, I'm pretty. Of course you're going to stop and look. You've never seen a man before do that.
Well, I like how we just buried Wisconsin. There's some chick that's going to watch this and going to be like, no, I know 12 men that liked me from my hometown in Wisconsin. Actually, the people from Wisconsin are pretty nice, so she probably wouldn't even get mad.
There's always the one that you're like, you're from Wichita? Are you sure?
I thought I needed directions somewhere, but I just came to get your number because you're hot.
Oh, thank you.
Can we
I guess I can go too.
Yeah, we can go on a date sometime?
Maybe, yeah.
Do you like Frosted Flakes?
Okay, so he said, so maybe we can go on a date sometime, and she said, maybe, which what does that communicate? It's basically saying, dude, I don't know who the fuck you are. Dude, it's just crazy. This is like a guy, let's say you're a high-ticket closer. Let's say you run a program that's $8K to sign up. You call a guy, hey, what up? What up? Join the program. You'd be a good fit. You want to join the program? Or a guy even comes on your sales call and you're like, yo, you ready to buy? Buy or die right now. And they're like, well, I am interested in the program.
What is the matter with you?
Yeah, it's the same thing. She's even saying, she basically is telegraphing like, dude, I liked your approach. You want to shut the fuck up for a second so we can have a regular conversation? Instead of the like, I mean, like, at this point, I wonder if this is a shtick for the guy. Like, I almost want him to like amp it up and be like, dude, I thought you're hot. Want to fuck? behind the tree, in the bushes.
At least we know
It's only
it
one
would be
step away from that.
It'd be a prank at that point. We know. Actually, we wouldn't still know. He might actually.
We still wouldn't know. Who knows anymore?
Yeah.
But yeah, she's basically saying like, hey, do you want to build a commonality first, have a conversation, and we're going right into the date. And I get it, like the whole point of this is to be playful, but I don't know, this is not usually the best kind of playful. It's so aggressive and there's so much intent.
Yeah, it's like you're talking to a dude and you're just trying to get as much compliance as fast as possible without understanding that you need social capital before you can ask for anything compliance related. So you need to build up some rapport with the person, social currency, before you're able to spend the currency. You can't just ask for a number, ask for a date, ask to get married. I know it's joking, but like you're still asking for compliance.
Yeah, it's a funny role play. It's just too early. It's too needy. It's too self-qualifying. It's just poor game.
Yep.
Like you could do the like we're getting married, we're getting divorced. That shit is as old as game itself.
Yep.
The problem is that he's leading right with the cheesy role plays. So it's just a poor time to do it. So that's just poor ass game right there in that moment.
Yeah, exactly. Walking up to somebody and saying I like you is so cringe and low status. You just say your direct intent at somebody immediately. That's just a low status quality of giving away and showing all of your cards immediately. And you just don't understand like how power dynamics work. There's a reason the girls like to play these games to make men work for it, because what you work for, you feel you actually earned. And when you earn it, you respect that 100 times more than something that was given to you with nothing. Like think of the man who worked for his wealth, who worked his entire life to make like his first million, right? Compare that guy to the guy who inherited $1 million by his like great grandfather or something in his will. Which one's going to feel like he earned it and actually respects the money he has now?
Yep.
The one who earned it and worked for it, not the guy that just got presented it on like a silver platter.
100%. Here's the thing. We're tearing this down as it should be torn down. What would we do differently? It's like you kind of already got interest from the girl because she stopped. She's flattered and said thank you. Let's say you did your like direct approach. The only thing that should be happening right now are qualifying questions, which you can then tease or reward on depending upon what she says and if there's some natural commonalities. But all this shit about like, let's go on a date, let's get married. It's just way better to get her talking about herself while you walk down the walkway with her, build commonalities, slightly tease, and then start future projecting to do a hangout where it makes sense for you guys to exchange contact info. It's like, think about it. Look at all those steps that we just laid out. This just walks up and goes right into contact info. Like, come on, it's a funny thing to do on the thing. This is not a real game. Like, this is not going to work. This won't actually get people results.
100%. Yes, like that was perfect. Qualifying her, rewarding, teasing, breaking rapport, walk with her. You can easily screen what she's up to. Is she going right to class? She might have a half an hour break between her next class. You can easily get a coffee with her, food right there. Build massive investment, future project a date even that night or the next night. Get her IG and phone number so you have all of it. Build crazy investment. Yeah, what we mean by investment, it's a much kind of more dense topic than what we can explain right here. Imagine investment as the analogy of playing poker. So her and the guy trying to pick her up, both playing poker. Each time you bet, you put money into the pot. The more money you put into the pot, the more you're invested into the conversation, to the dynamic. Every time you reveal information about yourself in that relationship, in that dynamic, you're betting, you're putting money in the pot. So if he just keeps putting money in, can I go on a date? Can I do this? He's all in. She's got nothing invested. She doesn't care if she folds or not. She could walk away at any moment. She has nothing invested. However, if we do what Ashkan said, which is ask her questions. What are you up to? How was your last class? Where are you going now? Where are you from? You're from Wichita? That's great. How do you like being away from home? You miss your family? No way. And you qualify more and more and more about her life, and you're getting deeper and deeper into comfort, and she's investing more and more and more. She's going to want a return on that investment. She's not going to easily walk away like she will after this conversation.
Yep. And also, for guys that know a little bit about game, what Corey just described, that's comfort building. But the rule always is you have to get a little bit of attraction so then you can build comfort. This is what most people don't understand. He already has it. He had it almost off the open. So now when you keep doing attraction, guess what you turn into? The clown. Like you just become clown dude. There's no substance there. So then it's just like, let me laugh at your jokes and then dismissed. But if you can make some jokes and a person leans in to the frame, to the role play, to the joke, and then you build comfort behind it, now you've got a real interaction because now there's what we were just saying, there's all this investment there. Yep. Comfort is the biggest way to get investment. Attraction is just our pathway to comfort, which is then our pathway to investment. It's the only thing that matters in game.
100%. Let's confirm too, because you can tell when someone's hooked, when they're attracted. Let's tell the people watching when she's hooked.
Excuse me? Hey. Hi, can I ask you something?
Maybe.
You have really pretty eyes.
Thank you.
I thought I needed direction.
Yeah, she's hooked there.
Before he panned, she's hooked. She stopped.
she's hooked.
She pulled his headphone out, stopped, fixed, preened with her hair. She's hooked right there.
You have enough attraction at that point now. It's build some statement of empathy because we're doing something. Yeah, there you go. That's what a hook looks like.
Exactly.
Like, I don't know what guys think they need.
They
Like,
don't
I don't
know
what
what
guys
they
think they need. They just sit there and like break rapport, break rapport, break rapport, break rapport, break.
Kellogg's. Cereal joke.
Yeah, like the Kellogg's thing, like, of course that's gonna get a laugh. All you did, okay, this is a terrible analogy. Disclaimer up front, terrible analogy, no one use this analogy at home. If you're a drug dealer, you don't wanna give them so much crack that they die because you want them to keep coming back. When you just keep making joke after joke after joke after joke without giving them time to enjoy their high, they're just gonna die, right?
Overdose. Yeah. It's dark, but it makes a lot of sense.
But you get used to like, and think about it, dude, it is such a bad analogy because then they have to invest money for the drug. But if you just keep giving them drugs without taking their money, you're going to be a poor drug dealer.
Yeah,
That's what this is.
The worst drug dealer on the block.
Give them the drug, which is the funny tease, the like statement of intent, the direct approach, whatever the. Now let them enjoy the high, and now get them to invest and give you money before you drop another crack hit on them.
We're gonna get banned on YouTube. But
Yeah, we're dead.
It's worth it.
We're done.
It's
Yeah.
worth it. Are you ready?
Yeah.
I thought I needed direction somewhere, but I just came to get your number.
Do you think she likes gold?
She works at
You know how
Alibaba
easy.
in LA.
And just we're not like they didn't tell us what to do, guys. She walks up right here when she pulls her headphone out, and she can hear you. Not before she can't hear you, right? She can hear you. You go, hey, sorry to bother you. Love the way you matched your bracelets with your necklace.
go.
That's awesome. Keep it up. You pretend to
Baller.
leave. Pretend to walk away. What's she gonna say, Ashkan?
She's like, oh, thanks.
You're so friendly. Where are you from?
Beautiful.
Now she started the conversation.
Which, and now you
pulled
haven't
you back
given
in.
anything away by over-investing. You haven't made statements of intent. You're holding on to all your cards. You haven't shown anything.
Yep.
And you got the same response that the guy got, which is all we need is a thank you. But instead of walking up and being like, you're hot, love your eyes. The best case scenario, someone goes, oh, thank you. That's the best case scenario. When you do a well-timed, with good body language, tonality, all that shit, observational opener, your worst case scenario is a thank you. This is a big point here. Your worst case scenario is a thank you, where they just go, oh, thank you. And that's still all you need. You've got enough comfort where now you can start asking qualifying questions and then break rapport to build attraction if you need the attraction.
Hi, can I ask you something?
Oh, and her earrings too. I missed that. Your bracelet, necklace, and earrings all match. Love it. Keep it up. Walk away.
Alibaba Bazaar.
Maybe.
You have really pretty eyes.
Thank you.
I thought I needed direction somewhere, but I just came.
Super awkward. Like, I might rob you. Look around.
Yeah, I'm not sure
you see
what he's
that?
doing with it. What's going on with this?
If someone did that to me, walked up and they were like, "Hey, so I just wanted to talk to you for a sec."
Yeah.
Came to get your
Just
number.
one sec.
Oh, thank you.
Can we,
I
like-
guess I can give it to you.
Yeah, we can go on a date sometime.
Maybe. Yeah.
Do you like Frosted Flakes?
Yeah.
They're great. Where are you from?
Didn't even laugh at the funniest part, dude.
Dude, this is the part of this that I love the most.
Dude.
This is the Frosted Flakes, very great. But you know why? It's an eye roll because we're doing song and dance, dancing monkey.
Yeah.
Clown, look at me, look at me. You're just putting, what is that meme where like with every little slide, it's like the nose goes on, then the
That's
hair
funny.
goes
Yeah,
on.
the
Like,
clown
you just
keeps-
put the
yeah.
clown nose on, right? Next is gonna be the hair, then it's gonna be the makeup. Like that's all that.
They're
like,
great.
You're hurting your game right now. Dude, you opened it went like you're just f***ing up your own game.
Where are you from?
Yeah.
California.
Me too.
Really? Where?
San Diego.
Oh my god, I'm like an hour
Where are you from?
north of San Diego, Orange County.
Ah,
I'm
you're
like right in
you're an
between
OC
LA
girl.
and
What are you
San
doing?
Diego.
All right, so what do we have now is a commonality exchange. So he asked a question that we also like to ask too, which is where are you from? That's a cool open-ended qualifying question that allows you to either break rapport or build a commonality. In this case, they're both from Southern California, so it gives them a little bit of an opportunity to build a little bit of comfort here, which can then help with all the cheese clown jokes that we just heard, this will help actually offset it a little bit. There's the beginning of a substantive actual conversation, right?
Where are you from?
California.
Me too.
Really?
Man, please, never with your tonality go, me too.
That was brutal.
The tonality. It should always be straight, neutral, or breaking rapport, right? Me too. Me too. In that case, it should be a neutral. Me too.
Me too.
However, However, that's not how you build a commonality. You should never say the word me too in your entire life. You should go, no way, where?
Yeah.
And she'll go, OC. You go, cool. Have you been to Hermosa? How often do you go to LA? You can ask another follow-up question, something that someone in the OC would probably do, and then she'll answer it. You asking those kind of qualifying questions that are follow-up questions to what she said about her living in OC implies you have a commonality, because nobody else, unless you had a commonality, would know to ask those questions.
Those things.
Yeah.
Dude,
when you,
this is, sorry, I was gonna say, this is the best part of this thing that we're doing right now is what you're dropping right now. This is like the most gangster advanced level game too.
Yeah.
That's actually effective.
they're like a little kid who's excited. Me too.
They're just like, thank God, I found it.
Yeah.
And then they just want to hug the commonality as soon as possible. But what that does, it devalues the commonality because they can tell you're grasping for the commonality. But what you're doing is you're asking questions that eventually will lead her to the conclusion, wait a minute, how do you know this?
Exactly.
Now she's discovering that you guys have a commonality versus you discovering that you guys have a commonality. But why does it matter who discovers it? We're putting money into the pot.
That's right.
She's putting money into the pot when she discovers the commonality. All you did was set up the questions to get her to have the discovery about the commonality. Dude, this is, everybody gets this wrong with commonalities. I feel like we could spend a whole fucking segment just on this one thing.
A whole hour.
Everybody gets this wrong.
Because this is dishonest signals and honest signals. Dishonest signal is me telling you I have a commonality with you. Because you're like, why are you forcing me to know that? Honest signal is you ask those questions that you're not saying we have a commonality, and then she discovers on her own, which seems genuine, right? Oh, how do you know that? Are you from there? Where are you from? And then now you say where you're from. And she'll go, you're from California too? She discovered it on her own.
Yep.
Imagine you saying, hey, invest your money. That's the same thing with the poker example. We have a commonality.
Yeah.
California, right? You're forcing her
Pushing
to push the money
chips.
in. Rather than she's investing on her own. Like, wait a minute. How would you know that? Are you from California too? And she did it on her own. You're 100% more bought in if you do it yourself, if you came to the conclusion yourself, rather than someone telling you to, invest your money.
It's also such a high status thing if you're able to find a couple very specific things. So in this case with like the OC, if you're able to talk about specific things that only somebody in the OC would experience, particular restaurants, lounges, like any popular culture, if you're able to hit those, that's so much stronger than being like, oh, me too. For example, for us in Vegas, what's one of the funniest not inside jokes, but things about Vegas is that like our flag, flower, whatever is the fucking construction cone, right? Because there's nonstop construction. If you can make a joke about how the construction on Tropicana has been going on for 850 years, anyone who's in Las Vegas, they're just gonna be immediately like, no, for sure, wait, how the do you know that? Are you from Vegas? Now the commonality hits. It's asking the questions. It also makes you look super high status because you're in the in crowd now. This hits so much better than, no way, me too. You can say no way and then ask the question. The question elicits the commonality, not you stating the commonality. Damn, we should put that on a Twitter reel.
Bumper sticker. Oh, yeah, too, yeah.
Bumper sticker, yeah.
Where?
San Diego.
Oh my God, I'm like an hour
Where are you from?
north.
She was saying where she is from. He interrupts.
Yeah, jibber jabber.
When
Talks
the
a lot.
girl's talking, you shut up.
Shut up the
That's rule like 3 in game, right? We got to make rules. Shut the fuck up. She's talking. She's investing. She's putting money in, right? What's the whole, like, if your enemy is up, you don't, you watch them. You don't interrupt them.
Get ready, everybody. He's about to do something stupid.
I just imagine she's putting money in and then the guy's smacking the money out of her hand. She's putting like, get out of here. You remember in Nacho Libre where he knocks the coin out of the guy? Get that coin out of my face! This is the same thing. He's knocking the money out of her hand.
San Diego, Orange County.
Oh, you're
like
an
right
OC
between
girl.
LA
What do you
and
do? You like Miami or what?
Yeah, I love it. The
Yeah?
humidity kind of gets to me, honestly.
I know it's
but
hot as shit here.
It's different.
Another thing, too. For every question you ask somebody, you need to reward their answer. You can't just ask a question and they say Orange County, and then you stare at them and go, what do you think of Miami? That is called a psychopath.
It's really bad game.
Antisocial, bad game. And also the dreaded interview mode that guys fall into.
So usually a sign of nervousness and just, again, poor game is also double questioning. So whenever you ask a question and don't allow the person to answer your question and then just immediately repeat a second question, what that telegraphs to the person is that you weren't confident in the first question. This is also true in sales too. Like you lessen the ability for your question to really land when you combine it with like 2-3 questions. So you're getting both. He's not listening, he's not rewarding, and then he's stacking his questions. By the way, like the interaction's still going good on the surface. This is an important point. The interaction's going good on the surface. It's in spite of his game, not because of it, in spite of it. And then number 2, on the surface, there's no roots to this interaction that will get this girl to come out. Which by the way, that's okay too, if you got an IG. Why? I could have this exact conversation, low value, super direct game, say stupid shit, but then the second she follows my IG, this girl will come out. 100%. Not because of my game, but because of the way my Instagram looks.
Exactly.
When she goes to my IG, sees the photos, sees the social proof, sees the traveling, sees the status level, sees the quality of content, sees the pre-selection that I'm around, she's coming out if I invite her out, especially if I invite her out to something social.
And if she sees the puppy too.
Oh man, that little boy.
Yeah. I don't know. Owner's table at EDC, 40K table.
Yeah, you're right.
You think she'll like this?
She'll wonder if it's humid there and not maybe.
That's true. It did rain for a second, remember? Yeah.
This was during it. It was raining right then, wasn't it?
I think so, yeah.
You like Miami or what?
Yeah, I love it. The humidity kind of gets to me, honestly.
I know it's hot as shit here.
It's different. It's cool right now, but it's still humid.
I don't like California, to be honest.
So this is flatline conversation now. So this is the other funny thing. I used to have a screenwriting teacher, and he would always say, if the opening scene of the film is an earthquake, where are we gonna go from there? Is it like an apocalypse after?
We're like thinking the same thing. I'm just gonna name this up.
That's why what we recommend is these observational openers that are almost like you're kind of just a regular dude. You're like, hey, I love the way you matched the bracelet to the necklace. You look dope. Fist bump. And then she goes, oh, thanks. Where are you from? And then she says the place, OC, breaking rapport. Now the earthquake came in a couple pages into the screenplay, which is better because now we're doing this. We're going up and down, up and down, up and down. That emotions, that's buying temperature. So we're shooting up and then we might come back down. We're shooting up. Here, we just start top and we have nowhere to go but down. So now he's hitting that flatline conversation now. How do you like the weather? How do you like Miami?
How funny is
the
that,
weather
dude?
is nice, but it's a little bit humid. Eventually, this is gonna die, or now he's gotta do Dancing Clown again to shoot it back up.
Exactly. I love it. You come in direct, like you said with the earthquake, and she, even if she stays, like she's just not moving, so cool. You gotta go back to indirect questions. You gotta go right back to indirect game. You have to. Like, what else? You gotta keep saying you're hot, you're sexy.
You're an animal. Yes, you're a tiger. You're turning the tiger. You're great.
You gotta keep complimenting her and just like completely lower your status into the ground farther than it already is. You have to go to indirect at some point. You led with, I really like you a lot, even though I don't know you at all. You could be a horrible person, terrible personality, but I really like you. Please, can I have some more?
Please? Can I holler? Can I holler? Can I holler?
Can I
Can I holler? Can I holler? Can I holler?
Let me holler at you. Let me holler. Let me holler.
You see, you see Mad TV, right? Can I have your number?
Can I have
it?
Can I have your number? Can I have it?
Someone else was gonna say. Oh yeah. So you come in guns blazing. She got her shield up. She got that wall right up. The wall's preventing the creepy men from getting to her. Mm-hmm. So now you got to deal with the wall. You're shooting at the wall now. This is a horrible analogy. We got drugs and shooting people. I love it.
We're getting canceled.
However, if you put like a, Trojan horse, oh, we came with the gifts, sir. And you get right through the front gate at the castle. Oh, I love the breast bracelet and the earrings. It's great. Right? And then you get within the castle walls and then boom, you come up guns blazing.
Anyway, I started blasting.
Shoot everybody right from this Trojan horse. We've combined eras as well now. I love it.
This is very diverse and educational.
Drugs, right. Trojan horse, and gun violence. Let's make that the name of the YouTube video.
Yeah, this is a second strike for our YouTube channel. It's all right.
No, it's humid.
I don't like.
Oh, we gotta go back to the humid thing. Oh, that's so good. We're gonna make the whole podcast about this, dude. I love it.
Yeah, this one thing.
Yeah, I love it. The humidity kind of gets
So she says, I love Miami, even though the humidity.
to me, honestly.
I know it's hot as shit here.
He does a commonality with the negative, which is hot as here. It's also already commonality with negative things, so maybe neurotic. Okay.
It's cool right now, but it's still humid.
I don't like
My hair.
California, to be honest.
He says, I don't like California, to be honest, like where he's from.
I do.
She says she does like it. He goes,
It's all right.
it's all right. I'll pretty much agree to whatever you say.
God, dude, he's just burying himself now. It's crazy. And also, no one asked you how you felt about California.
No one asks for your opinion, right? No one asks for a man's opinion ever.
And by the way, do you know how she doesn't give a fuck about his opinion? Because he said his opinion, and she just then restated that she likes California.
The opposite,
She didn't
yes.
say, now what, so, because what is he hoping for? I don't like California. Oh, why is that? Why is that? Why do you not like California? No, she doesn't give a fuck because she never asked
She's
you.
not your mom.
She doesn't
She won't
care
do
your
that.
taste or preferences. Yeah. So when you just state your opinion about something, you're showing, how does that help you? You're showing your cards. So again, this is different than when guys tell you like, you don't always have to be agreeable when you talk to a girl. That's called breaking rapport. This is not a breaking rapport. This is an actual disagreement about a conversation point that's super bland and generic. You revealing your feelings about California help you 0%. It's better for you to ask her questions about her experience in California and then roast her, because that will at least create a body temperature spike and will create some humor and fun and some playfulness in the interaction. But instead of just stating, no one gives a fuck how you feel about California.
And it's going to fuck you over because she's going to say things to fuck with you.
Yeah, it's
'Cause
happening right now.
Beta males say their opinion because they're conditioned by females to always be honest. Honest with the girl that you don't even know. Be honest with her. And guess what? She's not going to be honest at all with you.
No, and she's
But
not going to
you
appreciate
have
your
to.
honesty at all. She's
No,
not going to
it's-
care what you say.
It's to trap him. See how much of a beta male he is. Be honest and tell me your opinions so I know what they are so I can shame you into not having those opinions anymore.
Yep, exactly.
Well, I got-
here after you graduate.
Huh?
And perfect example, she immediately uses his opinion against him by saying, are you going to stay here in Miami when you graduate? Do we wonder why? She probably wants to live in California after she graduates. She's immediately finding how we are not going to work, even if this somehow does turn into
So
a date.
we're having mundane, boring conversation that does nothing but hurt us. No logistical plans have been made other than this fairy date that was just a joke. There's nothing about where they're at, places they can hang out, that they can do, nothing. There's no future projection. There's no logistical tie down, but we got a cool TikTok video.
That's right.
It's all right.
Are you gonna stay here after you graduate?
Huh?
You gonna stay here after you graduate?
No.
How do you do seeking rapport on a huh? I've never heard it before. Huh?
Huh?
How do you do that? That's crazy.
I just feel beta when I make my voice like that.
Huh?
Huh?
You gonna stay here after you graduate?
No. I'm gonna marry you.
Oh, you're okay.
We're gonna go to Mykonos.
We're
Right there in the water with the all-white theme.
This is a guy who just like the broken
so-
record who's stuck on open. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Just keep opening.
dude,
Just
it's
keep
the
going.
balloon. Just open up the balloon. All the air's coming out. So now he's like grabbing the balloon and he's blowing back into the balloon. I gotta fill it back up. But you know the problem is, he didn't know that he tore the side of the balloon with a game. But he can't. It's gonna be hard to fill it back up. Because even her thing, she's like, oh, that's not a lean into it. At least not yet. She hasn't leaned into it. She hasn't leaned into the role play. This gets old. You keep doing this, which is like, oh, oh my God, that's awesome. You keep doing boring, mundane things with no real investment, and then you try to grab the balloon and keep blowing into it. Every time you do that, the balloon tears a little bit more to eventually where it doesn't matter how much you blow into it, that balloon's never gonna fill up again. And the interaction is dead for good.
Exactly. Love
And
it.
that's coming. Like a couple more of these and she's gonna be done.
Oh, you're okay.
We're gonna go to Mykonos. Right there in the water with.
So leading with, I'm going to buy you a trip and I'm going to literally profess my love in my entire life contractually by the government to give you half of my wealth. And can I have a number? And can I go on a date with you? I don't know if, can you invest more than that? How do
He's
you?
definitely in Miami, right? Because like this. So okay, here's a funny thing. Let's say You actually got a spot in Mykonos. Let's just assume that for a
The
second.
19-year-old
Let's say you
from,
travel
from San Diego, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Let's say you travel out there. Let's say this is something that's actually even remotely realistic. The way to just be like, we'll go to Mykonos is awful. Instead, you can start going right into travel commonalities. Hey, have you ever traveled to Mykonos before? And then what you do, without talking about the thing, just show it. Have you ever been to so-and-so place before? And then you can literally pull up the place, show the place. You want her to then go, yo, what is this?
Yep.
Do you go out to Mykonos? And you're like, well, yeah, of course. What do you mean? What do you?
Of course. What do you mean?
When are we going?
What are you talking about?
Right? Yeah. What are you talking about?
You haven't been?
What do you mean? It's just like before where we said, like, you ask questions around the thing to get her to be like, wait a minute. Like, you live in Southern California too? It's the same thing. It's like, if you have this cool thing you want to do, you never just want to be like, want to go do this thing? It's always like asking questions around it, showing some visuals of it is way stronger than talking about it, to the point where they go, the ideal is like, oh my God, I want to go there. Yeah, for sure. Look me up on Instagram.
Exactly.
This is all fake. Like, she knows it's fake. He knows it's fake. He's trying to be playful because he lost the pulse. He started with an earthquake, and now we have a regular dialogue scene, and everybody's walking out of the theater because they're fucking bored.
Yep.
There's no real character development. There's no substance. Corey, some just quick takeaways from this then, right? Honestly, man, like, there was so much to unpack. I didn't even think we were gonna go that long on this clip, which is awesome that we did. But like, one of the biggest takeaways, I think, is like, dude, be careful if you consume content like this. Because this is marketing, and this is what we would call like flash game or prank game or kind of like funny game. Like, guys that do this kind of stuff don't actually get results with the upper echelon of women. They don't have high status network of like other high status guys that they connect with. This stuff is really great for that like teenager, frat party, frat vibe, prank vibe. In essence, if you hit it off with somebody like this, or at least how this kind of started, the core of what you need to be doing is like hang out with her instantly right then and there on the spot, build massive amounts of investment, comfort to then continue to hang out with her. Or B, it's be able to get investment through real comfort, set up a future logistical plan, a future projection, and then close contact. And then C, like, all of this is irrelevant without Instagram. You're in a boxing ring with one arm tied behind your back. Because this dude is competing with me, you, Michael Sartain, Dan Bilzerian. Like you're getting crushed without a personal brand. Because you can sit there and do all the funniest shit, do everything that we just said, or you can have a decent conversation, send them to your IG, and let your IG do all the comfort building and all the attraction at scale. An IG will build comfort and attraction, not with this girl, but with every girl that you come across, hundreds and thousands of girls at scale. When you post a photo with the doggy, when you post a photo in Dubai, when you post a photo in Miami, guess what? She doesn't see it. Everybody sees it. Her attraction for you doesn't go up alone. Every girl's attraction goes up. Every girl's comfort goes up.
Yep. And you're not doing it for her either. You're doing it for yourself, seemingly. Every girl sees it, right? On text or numbers? What, do you get to send them a photo? Hey, look at this photo I took. Do you think I'm cool? No. Dude, and you lose all the status. If you post on IG.
It's incredible.
Yeah.
Every time we post a photo, we're investing in our own brand, in our own asset. And then the byproduct of it is it creates attraction and comfort in the eyes of all of our audience. What other platform allows you to do that? It's incredible.
Yeah. How funny is it? We could stumble up, we could fall over and trip and be like, hey, do you, we stutter. Do you have IG? We'll get the IG from her. And then 10 seconds later when she sees it, she'll go, oh my God. And she'll just scroll and scroll and scroll and then follow and then eventually message each other. We teach our members how to actually set up logistics quickly on DM, on IG. So that will actually lead to a date within the next few days. A real date that they actually show up. If we were to simplify this down into one difference, a guy who does old school, like pickup cold approach, his goal is to make a girl's jaw drop with his game. Our goal is essentially to make a girl's jaw drop with our page. And the difference is that we can do it with hundreds of girls at one time versus having to go out and approach one girl at a time.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in for another episode of the Kings of Content podcast. Corey, this was a blast today, dude. I had a ton of fun doing this one. Yeah. Make sure you guys subscribe because we are going to be putting this out more and more regularly where we break down content, we break down funny infield footage like today. We're going to be breaking down our event recap videos and talking about like the skill set behind producing high quality videos. So make sure to subscribe so you guys can get these videos when they come out. Also, Corey, we talked a lot about towards the end of this about Instagram, right?
Yep.
So if you guys have an IG, you're curious to know where your IG stands and you want it personally reviewed by Corey, go ahead and hit the link in the description, send over your IG. We love to break it down and connect with you on a personal level, one-on-one.
We'll put the button on the screen right here too. Just click the button on the screen right here.
Perfect. Until we see you guys again, peace.
Peace, guys.